Hi everybody, Matt Byrne here in the Daily Racing Form Studios, taking a look at the 10th race at Gulfstream Park on the undercard of the Pegasus World Cup. It is the Gulfstream Park Turf Sprint. 5 furlongs on the turf course. This is your field. As always, head on over to DRF Bets, where you can get up to a $200 free bet. No deposit is required. DRF.com/join. The promo code is FREEBET09. Here is the field right there for you, with the morning lines off on the right-hand side. And this is an interesting race for a number of reasons. Obviously, pace is always important in 5 furlong turf dashes. Some horses are shipping in from other states and other jurisdictions. Some horses, this is a home game for them. We're going to go through and take a look at the top 3 choices on the morning line, and then I will give you a selection at the end of it, whether it's one of the 3 morning line favorites or it's another horse altogether. Let's start off with the morning line favorite in this spot, and that is the number 8, Pay Any Price. Pay Any Price is 3-1 on the morning line. You see his last 3 Beyer speed figures down at the bottom of the page. 97, 100, 102. He is strictly one of the horses to beat, if not the horse to beat. On the pros and the positive side, he is a win machine. He's won 6 of his last 8 starts. And he's 8 for 10 in his career at Gulfstream Park. 9 times he's finished in the exacta. On the negative side, he's going to face a lot of speed in this spot. He may be the speed of the speed, but the speed that's also signed on in this spot, they are quality speed. So he's going to need to run every step, and he's going to be going. You know that. Pay Any Price is 3-1 on the morning line. The second choice in this race is the number 7, Richard's Boy. Richard's Boy is 7-2 on the morning line. He's coming in from Southern California for trainer Peter Miller. The positives, this horse finished second in this past year's Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, going 5/8 of a mile. That was at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club. 5/8 of a mile, this is his game, and the beautiful thing is he doesn't need the lead in order to win. On the negative side of things, he needs to ship in to Gulfstream. He needs to go into South Florida, into the home of Pay Any Price, into the home of some of these other local horses. Not necessarily the easiest thing to do, and also something, I don't want to necessarily say it's a con, but it's just an unknown that Peter Miller, he started 1 horse in his career at Gulfstream Park. So that's a little bit of an unknown, shipping into a different jurisdiction. No guarantee that things are going to go swimmingly. Just, you don't know. It's not your home ground. You don't know what you're dealing with. So we'll find out, but he is, in his own right, one of the horses to beat in here. 5/8 of a mile. That's Richard's Boy's game. The third choice on the morning line is the number 9, Tombalane. Tombalane is 9-2 on the morning line. Beyer-wise, the most 3 recent ones, 7-5, 9-6, 94, they all fit in there. That most recent one, though, is kind of a concern, but there's reason that maybe we can say it's not that big a deal. On the positive side, he has a versatile running style. He can be forwardly placed. He can sit a few lengths off of it. He can also come from well out of it if the pace heats up. Another positive is kind of alluding to that 75 Beyer speed figure. He gets back to his preferred surface after the debacle on a synthetic track up at Woodbine. He gets back to the turf. This is what he is. He's a turf sprinter. Now, having said that, the concern and the cons, 5/8 might be a little bit on the sharp side for him. I think he's better at 6 and 7 furlongs, and he needs to prove that he actually belongs with these elite turf sprinters, mainly because throughout his career, he's always been a little bit of a nibbler when he gets into the deeper waters. It seems like he usually fits in the allowance level. He needs to prove that he actually belongs in this spot. I'm not choosing any of the top 3 selections on the morning line, or choices anyway. I'm going to go with the number 2 in this spot. This is the 10th race at Gulfstream on Saturday. I like the number 2, Conquest Enforcer. And this could be the end of a long, strange journey for Conquest Enforcer. Conquest Enforcer was initially with Mark Casse in the Conquest stables. He was sold at the Conquest Dispersal. He was shipped out west. He was stretched out in distance. This is a horse that has always acted as if 6 and 7 furlongs is really his game, not 1 mile. He was losing races that he probably shouldn't have been losing from a talent standpoint, but the distance, ultimately, he didn't want to go that far. Then he runs in the Jaipur, and the Jaipur may have been the best turf sprint all year, and that's including the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, simply because you had world records shattered left and right, and you had giant performances from Disco Partner and Green Mask and Holding Gold. Then he's gone for a considerable amount of time, comes back at Tampa Bay in their turf dash. That was on December the 30th. Sat the pocket throughout. He was no match for Pay Any Price. He got passed by Jaguar Paws, who's also going to be in this spot on Saturday. But I kind of feel like that was the kind of race that this horse needed after a long layoff. Now he takes his second start off. He's back with Casse. He's sprinting on the turf. If all those speeds line up, and we're going to take a look at the Timeform US pace projector here, if all the speeds line up, I know they don't have it as color-coded as red, but I think it's going to be quite quick. he could be sitting in just behind. I think that's the ultimate sort of catbird seat. If they line up, he can work out a trip in here. Luis Saez has the mount. Mark Casse. I like the number 2 Conquest Enforcer in the 10th at Gulfstream on Saturday. That would be the Gulfstream Park Turf Sprint. If you're playing anywhere, DRF Bets is the way to go. $200 free bet. No deposit is required. Head on over to drf.com/join, and the promo code, is freebet09. Good luck the 10th Gulfstream Saturday.